Ladies and gentlemen, it's that time again. It's 8:30 on a Thursday night. It is, of course, the Third and Long podcast. My name is Shane Harris. Above me is our beautiful baby Hope. To my right is the teacher extraordinaire, Mr. Philip Perrins. In the top corner, he is just like a fine wine. He gets better with age, Mr. Oliver Butler Henderson. And gentlemen, before we get the show rolling, I just need to address something really quickly. I mentioned in our WhatsApp group chat the other day that they had something to show you Niner boys on the show. Just take a little look at this jersey I have here. Okay, it's from at the First Down apparel as well. So shout out to those guys. They're really good guys. And I've got something on it which you might be interested in. Can you see that? Let the record show our Spotify.
There we go. That's sorted.
All right, brilliant. I mean, I don't understand why he's waxing lyrical about winning one Super Bowl when we have 5. Like, even Butters in the top left corner, he's seen 6. Like, yeah, you go celebrate Joe Flacco.
Come back to me when you have 6.
Yeah, we don't talk about that Super Bowl on this show.
Yeah, we do.
Apparently we do. Like
Shane,
I said.
carry on, mate.
Yes.
Carry on.
Thank you very much, but I appreciate that. I'll be cut off.
Fair in love and war, it's fine.
30 quid joke, but it was still a joke. As I said, they do great shirts. It's jerseys, lovely. So how are everybody apart from the cold that we're all suffering from at the moment? How are everybody?
I'm actually hanging, and not because I've literally gone out partying. I've got such a cold, my head is banging. So I might not be.
Do you mean like Saturday night at work or Friday night? You're still paying for it?
Oh, I went out Saturday night with some friends because it was her birthday. Shout out to Becca. Not that she's listening, because it's her birthday today. And so I went out, and and I think I've caught a cold from someone because I've just literally been snotty with a headache since. Do you know the difference between like a hangover and a cold? Like, it's the cold, it's not a hangover.
Yes.
Ollie, I have to admit, I'm loving the Christmas tree in the background for you, getting very festive.
Yeah, like you miserable gits.
I have a Christmas tree up, just not in the kitchen.
Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about, man. Mine's in my living room, not in the office.
I've got like 4 Christmas trees. We got one in the office, we got one in the living room, and the kids have got one each in their rooms.
Oh my god,
that's a bit too festive, I think.
Have you met Kelly?
Mrs. Claus.
I've met Kelly quite a few times, actually.
Yeah, she's very festive. She loves the Christmas. I mean, Christmas would have started like September if she had a chance.
Oh God, no! It's not the 6 months of Christmas. It's pretty much a week, and then New Year comes, and then we start all over again. I don't like Christmas. Christmas stopped being fun for me. Yeah, when we are, 12 days is fine. Christmas stopped being fun for me when it stopped being about me. Do you know what I mean? Call me selfish, call me whatever you want.
I feel
That's
like
true,
It'll be all about you, mate.
Ollie's got the young kids, so I feel like you can feel a bit more Christmassy then.
Yeah.
And Mr. Perrin, when he's working at school, has to be showing his Christmas spirit.
Yeah,
I do like a Christmas broadcast. Well, not this year, but I normally do like a Christmas broadcast, where the students get to like essentially make like an hour variety show that the entire school gets to watch live.
Nice.
And it's like basically just a big TV show, and they love it. And we normally do like a big Christmassy musical number. Last year they did Elvis because it was like when the Elvis film came out.
Such a good film.
Yeah, such a good film. Maybe listen to Elvis for the entirety of Christmas as well, because it's just so buzzing.
Yeah. Should we stop talking about Christmas and start talking about American football?
Elvis.
Well, why don't we talk about this is the thing that really knocks me about our show, guys, because for our listeners, for our millions of the Third and Long podcast, they might not think that we actually are 4 friends, because we actually do talk to each other every single day. So we could talk.
I talk to you more than I talk my.
Exactly. So like we share lots of common interests, and we were talking yesterday about Avril Lavigne, and then we're talking about God, who else were we talking? Oh yeah, we're talking about Taylor Swift because you brought Taylor Swift, Opie. So yeah, we talk about lots of different things, but this is our prime time slot on a Thursday. Let's talk about some American football.
This is the flagship Thursday show.
This is the flagship Thursday show.
Oh yes, it's the dream.
I think we need to start with the legend that is Robbie Gould retiring from the NFL.
I'll do that one.
Oh.
I mean, that video of him practicing the kicking in between the Dallas Cowboys cheerleaders is just elite.
Yeah, I remember that. That was in the NFC Championship, or was it
Yep.
the wild card?
Division. Actually,
Divisional
it might have been wild card that year. Actually,
Crazy, but yeah, I mean, it's he
That
had
was-
such a good career, long
was the-
career.
if I recall rightly, that was the quarterback draw with 14 seconds left year, wasn't it?
Yes. All Pro, Hunter's greatest Bear player of all time. Pro Bowl in 2006, made 447 field goals from 517 attempts. Percentage
missed
of
in the playoffs.
86.5. Longest field goal was 300. No,
It was not
longest
300.
field-
His longest field goal was not 300.
300.
All right, I'm
Yeah.
just gonna
Oh,
leave.
really?
I'm gonna remove my.
I mean, he never missed. He did
That's a very
never
good
miss in the
job.
play.
No,
He did never. He did never miss in the playoffs, but I don't think even his leg could get 300 yards.
You could tell when you've
think-
had a hell of a week at work and you just want to just drink yourself into a coma.
We can do that.
But
Man, I
yeah,
haven't done that for years.
I was going to say, like, if he's kicked for 300 yards, he should be in the Hall of Fame. Like, it's just
yeah.
His longest kick, 58 yards. He's had 302 touchbacks. Oh my God. The ex-Penn State player. I didn't realise he was on our practice squad and your practice squad, Mr. Harris.
Was
Before
he
you were
really? I
signed
did
by
not
the
know
Bears
that.
in 2005. Yeah.
I mean, I
He
did
bounced around the
think
practice squad.
his retirement notice today was it sparked a little bit of controversy with some of the 49ers on their social media because his Instagram post had a picture of him in a Bears uniform, whilst his Twitter post had him in a 49ers uniform. And I think he'll go down as as he'll be remembered quite fondly as a 49er. But I mean, he never wanted to leave Chicago to begin with. He met his wife in Chicago. His kids were born and raised in Chicago.
I believe his family still live in Chicago.
Yeah.
I
So
believe he's gone back to Chicago, actually.
yeah. So like in terms of that, I mean, you can't blame him if he associates all these wonderful, loving things in his life to the Chicago Bears. And they gave him that opportunity. They made him a starter. They made him a Pro Bowler. He had that opportunity to go and play in Chicago for many, many years. So he'll be remembered very, very fondly as a Niner. But the Bears absolutely love him, and rightfully so.
He spent 10 years in Chicago. Like you said, he met his wife there. His kids are born there. His family are from there. He's got homes there. He is Chicago native. He went to Penn State University, which is Pennsylvania. Pennsylvania, which is
Yeah.
literally a couple of states over.
Yeah, but it's still quite from Chicago, Pennsylvania.
Yeah, I mean, I suppose it's a couple of states over. It's like saying it's Portugal to France. It's that
Yeah.
kind of thing. But yeah, I mean, he went undrafted. Like I said, he bounced around New England and Baltimore before he landed in Chicago, where he has made a home. He made a home and made a life. He had a very successful career. I don't think he won a Super Bowl.
No, not if he played for the Bears or the 49ers.
Yeah, that's true. But he 68% made. Pretty good. 417 field goals.
You can't argue that. Yeah.
Yeah,
No.
he won't because he's a kicker, but if he was in any other position, I think what he's achieved would have been at least in the conversation for Hall of Fame.
Yeah, he won't be first ballot.
I don't think he'll make the Hall of Fame because he's a kicker, but I'm saying if you equate that to what a wide receiver the same for a wide receiver, then I think he would be in the conversation.
There is three kickers I make the Hall of Fame. Two of them play for New England. The other one plays for Baltimore.
Vinatieri.
Yeah, Gostkowski.
Oh, Gostkowski, that's what I can think of.
Yeah.
Okay.
And of course,
Tucker, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we were going to say Tucker, but nobody wanted to say that loud.
Can we move on to this that I've been wanting to talk about for a week now?
Go on then.
Well,
Yes.
At least right. So the FSU situation. For those
Florida
of you that
State
don't,
University, for people who don't
Yes.
understand who FSU is.
for those of you that don't
Like
know
me.
college football, instead of going on record it's a committee of people that decide who get through to the college football playoffs finals. And there's only 4 teams this year.
Can I interrupt? This is their last season they do this, mind you. They've done it
Yes.
ever since, but this is their last
That's
season they
huge.
do this.
And Florida State University, who are a Division 1 school, they're in one of the Power 5 conferences, went 13-0 and won their conference. They were one of only 2 teams that went undefeated this year. However, the committee decided that because their quarterback got injured in the last game, they wouldn't be competitive in the playoffs, so did not put them in the top 4, despite them going undefeated and winning the ACC.
That's ridiculous.
Yes. So instead, they put in Texas, Alabama, and actually, they're the 2 that both had 1 loss. There were 6 teams with 1 loss and 3 undefeated teams, yet one of the undefeated teams didn't make it in. So I've got a tweet from the quarterback just after the game, just after it was announced. And he said, "Devastated, heartbroken, in so much disbelief right now. I wish my leg broke earlier in the season so you all could see that this team is so much more than the quarterback. I thought results matter. 13-0, this roster matches up against any of the teams in the top 4 rankings. I am so sorry. Go Noles." And like this team, they had some big wins against some big teams.
Can
Yeah,
I
just because
can I compare this against to non-NFL, non-college ball players understand? Do you remember the season where Carson Wentz was on the MVP role, was outstanding for the year when he played for the Eagles? He went down in week 14,
Yeah.
yeah,
and then Nick
Yes.
Foles came in,
They
and
did,
then
yeah.
he won 2 of his last 3 games, or 3 out of his last 4 games, something like that. Now imagine this was the NFL go, yeah, your QB1's gone down. Yeah, you're not going to make the playoffs. We're going to take your other players. We're going to replace you with Dallas, for example, because Tony Romo's
That's
in it.
unreal.
Yeah, that's basically how it's worked.
yeah. They basically said, "We don't think you're going to be competitive because your quarterback's gone down. We don't care that you've won every game and won your conference and have been one of the best teams all season. We're just going to kick you out and you're going to go play in the I think it's the Orange Bowl against Georgia."
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not a massive. If there's one negative, I love everything about like college ball. I like the atmosphere. I love the pre-game. I love how basically small and large cities just get together to support their local universities. I think I've said it to you guys before, or fair. When I played for the University of Worcester for American football for the 3 years I was there for, university team playing in a national competition, we would maybe get 10 non-fans come and watch us, and they were obviously like the girlfriends of some of the players, including like mine. And but then when you go to like look at the college, and it's literally a whole community, a whole city that come and watch their teams, and it's really basically what I'm trying to get is I have never liked the whole thing about like how the NCAA do the bowls at the end of the season, because it's not like in the NFL where you have like the playoff structure and you have the teams competing against each other like in the playoffs and the knockouts, and your divisional champions and all that kind of stuff. It's not like that at all. It is kind of almost like that when they talk about like the Big Ten, and they kind of like cherry pick who plays against who in the different bowls. I absolutely hate that. It's still it's almost like the equivalence to how non-dirty 6 teams in the Premier League are view like the traditional big 6 in the Premier League in terms of all the favourable decisions go their way. And that's how I felt coming out of this about the whole thing about your quarterback's down, but the team's still got what? How many is in college that you can have? Is it? I know it's 53 in the NFL. Is it like 70? I know it's more, isn't it, in college?
Yeah. I mean, I just said the Big 6. Like Alabama beat Georgia, which to be fair was a big win, but they went from 8th to 4th.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is a big jump for one game.
No. Yeah,
Like-
it's outstanding. It's shocking. I really, it's not good at all.
I mean, as you said, Ollie, this is the last year where this happens.
Yeah.
Next year, it's expanded to a 12-team playoffs, and I'm not 100% sure on how the structure will work, but I know they're expanding it, which is good. But a lot of people, myself included, were very annoyed. I was extremely pissed off on Monday, but I've calmed down a bit now. I'm not even a Seminoles fan. That's Florida State University Seminoles for those that don't know. But I was really annoyed about this.
I'm gonna read out some of their scores, some of their results. Okay, they beat LSU, who are one of the top teams in the college football. Jaden Daniels is their quarterback, who is literally the front runner for the Heisman Trophy.
Yeah.
They beat them 45-24. They beat Southern Miss 66-13. They beat Boston College 31-29, which is their closest game. They beat Clemson, which where Trevor Lawrence came from, 31-24. They beat Virginia Tech 39-17. Syracuse 41-3. Duke 38-20. Wake Forest. That's Kelly's influence on me.
Forest Green, that's League Two.
Oh no, we were watching Notre Dame Wake Forest the other day, and Kelly was calling them Forest Green. It's just stuck with us ever since. It's 41-16. They beat Pitt 24-7. So that's Kenny Pickett's team. University of Miami 27-20. North Alabama 58-13. Florida Gators 24-15, and Louisville 16-6. So they've not been high scoring, and they've just literally their quarterback's done it. Their defense has done the work as well and stopped these teams scoring, and that's unknown of in college. College games are normally 40, 50 points aside.
Yeah. Just a quick aside, the Louisville game was to win the ACC conference. And I've actually got a statement here from the head coach that I'm going to read out. Right. So he said, this is from the FSU football head coach, Mike Norvell. I am disgusted and infuriated with the committee's decision today to have what was earned on the field taken away because of a small group of people decided they knew better than the results of the games. What is the point of playing the games? Do you tell the players it's okay to quit if someone go down? Do you not play a senior on senior day for fear of injury? Where is the motivation to challenge yourself with a schedule and challenging non-conference games? We're not only an undefeated Power 5 conference champion, but we also played 2 Power 5 non-conference games away from home and won both of them. I don't understand how we are supposed to think that this is an acceptable way to evaluate a team. There's another 2 paragraphs, but I'm not going to bore you with that because it's quite a statement. But
that's the ship's already sailed.
I do so. Yeah, cheers for that, Shane.
You know what I'm like with college ball,
But my point is that he has a point. What's the point of playing tough games and proving yourself against good opposition if, even if you beat them, you're still not gonna get what you deserve?
Mr. Perrins.
No, it's fine. I'm just saying hi to the people in the chat. Hello, Sade, and hello, Shannon. Is it?
We have people in the chat.
Is it Shannon Davis that was an Olympic swimmer, or was that Sharon Davis? Because then she was in Gladiators.
Sharon Davis.
Sharon Davis. Yeah, she's in Gladiators.
Just one.
Hi, Shannon. How are you?
One more thing. We've got on to the other thing. Clemson, who played in the SEC, one of the other big conferences come up here. They were 7-9 in their conference. So they had a losing record. It's like the NFC South or the AFC South. It's shocking. I really don't like it. It's such a bad thing.
FSU deserved. Basically, what I'm saying is this: FSU deserved to make the playoffs. They didn't lose. Texas lost one, and Alabama lost one.
Yeah, because Ohio State was the other only and beat one, wasn't it? Or was it Michigan?
Michigan Washington might have lost one too, actually.
But yeah, I mean, Washington got there. They beat Ohio, so they deserve to get there.
Yeah. Washington
Oregon, not Ohio.
They had a big win against Oregon last week, so they deserved it. But I was actually watching the Longhorns game last week, and they were literally like, "Well, if Florida State win, they're in."
Yeah,
they literally said that.
I was watching the end of the Washington Oregon Ducks game, and you see videos at the end of it, and you could just see Bo Nix, who's meant to be one of the top guys going to this draft, bawling his eyes out under a towel, really, really upset and really hurt. That shows that this guy's his last game. What he sees is his last game for this college. This means a lot to these people, these lads. It means a hell of a lot.
Speaking of things meaning a lot, I saw Marvin Harrison today said he's not decided whether he's going to declare for the draft yet because he has a strong desire to beat Michigan.
Isn't it last 6 goes Michigan have beat them? I don't know.
Yeah, something like
But-
that. But apparently, Marvin Harrison Jr. might go back just because he wants to beat Michigan.
Yeah, amazing. Let's roll on to other bits of news because we've got quite a bit to cover this week. The Dolphins right tackle, who they didn't take his 5th-year option, has agreed a new 3-year deal contract, 30 million, including 20 million guaranteed.
Played well this season.
It does, but it's one of those things. Yay, I've got my payday. I'm going to play crap now. Danny Dimes springs to mind.
Yeah, we've seen a lot of that in the NFL. Once they get the bag, their need to play to impress to get that bag just dissipates completely.
But that doesn't happen to every player. If you look at
But a lot of it
Fred Warner, when he got paid, his he got even better. Bosa's starting to earn his pay this year.
Okay.
Yeah, we're on about people who didn't take up their 5th-year option.
Yeah. Gino, I'm thinking of. That's what I was going to go with. He hasn't been lighting the world on fire.
Yeah, Gino. Yeah, but the thing with Gino and Danny Dimes,
he's not paying great,
the things with Gino and Danny Dimes is they were given a massive dollar
one contract, off one year.
off one good season. Austin Jackson's been impressing, in my opinion, for the last season and a half. So I think he will continue to impress for the Dolphins.
Zach Wilson's been renamed as the starter for the Jets.
Yeah,
we spoke about this. We spoke about this on Monday. Should we delve into this a little bit more?
The Jets front office is just a circus at the moment, isn't it? We don't want Wilson. We want Wilson again.
I've got a quick aside about that, right? It's like I went to a party one time. I asked this girl out, and she said to me, "Let me see what happened with this other boy first." Firstly, I was disgustingly insulted, and secondly, that's exactly the same thing. You know, they tried it with Zach Wilson, it didn't work. They tried somebody else, and he's like, "Nope, still not working." So they wanted to bring him back in. If I was Zach Wilson, I'd tell him to stick it. Brother.
The thing is, if he, in my opinion, he's now playing for trade, so he needs to prove that somebody will take a punt on him. And just to answer, is it Sade's question? Yes, there is a game tonight at 1:20 a.m. The Steelers of the Patriots.
And we're going to talk about that in a little bit, Sade.
Yes, we will all flip into the Patriots later in the show.
You know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of Saving Private Ryan, where the girl goes around to all the other blokes going, "Yeah, don't want anyone else now. I've been there, done everyone else. I want this guy back." Or
Saving Private Ryan. That's not how that film ends or begins.
No, what am I thinking of? Not Saving Private Ryan.
Saving Private Ryan's the war film, mate.
Yeah, what am I thinking of? What film am I thinking of?
I don't know. You've not given us much, but just
Park to Chocolates.
Forrest Gump.
Forrest Gump. That was it.
Jenny.
Yeah, that's
Jenny.
it. Yeah.
I love you, Jenny.
I knew it was one. I just couldn't think which one it was because he does go to war, doesn't he? So he goes to the Vietnam War.
He does.
You knew it was a Tom Hanks film that involves war.
For some reason, I just couldn't. I was rattling my brain and going, I'm sure it's Saving Private Ryan. And I just couldn't think of any other Tom Hanks film that.
Well, you know, if you could probably help you out with that sort of thing.
Yeah, the gentleman below me.
At least didn't say Toy Story.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's a war in that film somewhere. There's army men.
I mean, Toy Story 5 is coming out pretty soon, and we don't know what's going on in that one.
Oh yes. Do you guys want to talk about the memo that the league have sent out because it did involve your players?
Well, it's just reminding everyone. It's just reminding everyone that non-playing staff can't touch the players.
Yeah. I mean, Kyle Shanahan, he was quite tongue-in-cheek when he was asked about it in the press conference, I think, yesterday, about, like, you know, a slippery slope that all NFL teams could do something like that now to get players ejected because refs can only give flags, isn't to coaches and players. So
Yes.
non-coaching staff essentially are able to do, in theory, anything that they want to do, because regardless of what you think happened, regardless of what you saw and who did what and who started what, the altercation involved one of the 49ers players being removed from the game, whilst the other person that also instigated it was still allowed to be on those sidelines. Now,
No,
something
he was
came out.
removed.
No, he was removed.
He was removed.
Was he removed?
Yes.
Yeah.
I stand corrected. But a couple of things that have come out as well about Big Dom is that this isn't the first time that he's got involved in altercations and when there's any kind of player scraps or anything. He is often there separating and being on the pitch. Apparently, he was at the NFC game last year when Trent Williams got himself ejected. He was on the field as well around both sets of players. So he's essentially
He's
just
a head of
hired
security, yeah.
Yeah, he's essentially just a hired thug, is he not? I mean, he looks like one. I don't know him personally, but I can only go on perception.
That's
only...
profiling, Mr. Perrins. That's profiling.
Well, sometimes profiling.
It's also very much a Niners hat on it as well.
Oh, I mean, yeah, but like.
Oh, 100%.
So, I mean, to be fair, if this happened, like say, like 15 years ago, and like Big Dom did that to Ray Lewis, well, Big Dom would be found dead outside a nightclub, wouldn't he?
He didn't do it for the final time.
Okay, all right then.
So I've got two quick points to make. Number one,
Go on, baby.
It's important to remember that the Big Dom Dre Greenlaw incident is currently being reviewed by the league office, so there could still be a punishment handed out. And number two, I've seen Nick Sirianni said that he was sad that it got to that, and that he was sad that somebody got ejected from the game. Yet during the game, he goes to the ref. You got to eject 57 for that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that is height of the moment, height of emotions. It is what it is. This is my non-49ers review where I've been watching it. I've watched it a few times.
Unbiased.
From what I've seen 2 or 3 different angles now, and Greenlaw's gone in and tried to upset the apple cart. And what he's just gone, yeah, okay. I can't lip read. I'm not scared to lip read. He just put his hand away, just to try and like get in the way and try and like stop it escalating. And Greenlaw's reacted and put his hand in his face. Greenlaw, yes, deserved to be rejected the fact that he's gone off and put a hand in the face, and whatever it is an ejection. Should Dom get involved and split the fight up? No, because it didn't involve anyone coming off the crowd and attacking one of the players. That's what he's meant to do, protect the players. But yeah, it's just one of those things where it's gone too far. Where it's okay, it's his instinct. His job's taken over. Gone. I've got to split this up. It's like a bouncer getting involved in a fight. Yeah, just trying to split it up. Is it? That's what it is. This is how I've seen it, and I can see your face below, Mr. Perrins. I know what you're looking at, and I know Newcastle haven't scored or conceded yet. So carry on.
No, continue your point, Mr. Butler Henderson. Just continue. It's fine. Just keep going.
I'm just going on that he's. Sorry, I've just seen a comment. Shano nicked that jacket from Michael Jackson's Smooth Criminal wardrobe.
Let's be honest, in the words of ZZ Top, all the ladies love a sharp dressed man. Do you know what I'm saying?
Oh, mate.
Did you prep that one in advance just in case somebody commented?
Yeah, I swear. I was like, how can I reply to that?
Yes, he's gone too far and he's put his hand on the players. Yes, they're right to get ejected, but he's just doing his job, but he should let the referees and the coaching staff get involved, not him, because it doesn't involve someone from the crowd coming with a knife trying to stab on the players.
So he's not doing his job because his job isn't to stop tackles happening. Do I think that the 15-yard penalty was correct? Yes. Did Jane Greenlaw need to dump tackle the guy? No.
Yes. Oh.
But you're not allowed to touch the players if you're not playing. And
no.
whether you think he was doing his job or not, he wasn't, because that is not his job.
I didn't say
he's
that.
Not a linebacker.
I didn't say that. I said
you just said he was doing his job.
No, his instinct of his job got in there to involve, like a bouncer would do, is to split up the fight. It's just like an instinct going, like, a ball's coming to me, a football, I've got to kick a ball. I'm playing football. I just got to kick that ball. It's that kind of instinct that took over. Not that I've got to get involved in this. It's an instinct that took over. His job is to protect the players and coaching staff from outside influences, not other players.
Yeah, I mean,
it's just his instinct. It's just his instinct to go over. Yes, he was one putting hand on his chest, but it wasn't needed. But it was just his instinct taking over.
Yeah,
that's what it is.
I think if I'd up the Niners more than the Eagles, and we embarrassed them after that. So I'm not going to get too annoyed, but I would like to see.
And then moving swiftly on from the Not the Niners podcast,
some sort of punishment come to the Eagles and to Big John from that, because there needs to be a precedent set that you can't do that.
No, I second that. But yeah. Last bit of news: Tua's leading the voting for the Pro Bowl. Moving swiftly on.
He wasn't.
Just imagine harping on and on and on, saying that Tua's not a good quarterback.
Tua is having a good season. Don't get me wrong. He is not a top 10 quarterback in this league.
I believe I put him 10th on my quarterback ranking.
What's that? Just to spite me?
No, I'm just thinking back to what we did in the off season, and I definitely put him in my top 10. I think I put him 6th and then moved him down because I know what you just said.
I mean, we're gonna have MVP conversation chat in a minute. In fact, sod it. We're on that roll. Let's roll on to that now.
We are doing it. Okay.
Yeah,
before
we
we do, there's a comment in the comment section before we. Somebody is I believe it's K-Code. I believe it is. He's addressing somebody on the show as Youngblood. I mean, I don't believe I look like this Youngblood gentleman.
I think we all know who looks like Youngblood in this conversation.
Might be me.
I don't know what
might be me.
Right.
Yeah, Curtis.
One gentleman wanted to talk about Tua as an MVP conversation. Did they not? Am I correct in that one? Or was I the only one who went for the Tyreek Hill as in the Dolphin conversation?
I don't know. I know I went with TMC. Shane went with Purdy. You went with Tyreek, but I missed you, Phil Jones.
Brock.
No, because Shane took Brock.
Yeah,
no, he didn't.
Right. Let's roll around. Who would like to go first for that?
I'll go first.
Go on then.
So I think that Christian McCaffrey should win the MVP. The Steelers,
I don't disagree.
the Patriots, the Bears, and there's another team that I can't remember, but they have scored under 17 touchdowns, which is what McCaffrey scored on his own. So this is one player that scored more touchdowns.
Mate, our defense has scored more points than our offense, so don't worry about
that. The Jets is the other team. He scored more touchdowns than 4 teams. He's also scored a touchdown in every game but one this season. And to be honest, in the one he didn't score a touchdown when we won very easily. He's got over 1,000. I think he's got over 1,500 all-purpose yards this year. And the only other person to do that is Tyreek, who Ollie will move on to. And he is so important to this Niners team because when we don't run the ball well, we don't win games. And McCaffrey is the lifeblood of our offense. And also, we all know the Niners are the best team in football at the moment. So the lifeblood of the offense should be considered for MVP. That's what I'm going to say.
I'll take it next because he has fallen it quite nicely onto my player. Yeah, I've taken Tyreek Hill. Pains me to say this being a Patriots fan, but this guy is having a career, a season career. He is superb. He's on course for 2,000 yards, which would be the first player ever to make that. He's at just shy of 1,500 yards. He's got 5 games left to play. Titans, Jets, Cowboys, Ravens, and Bills, which I can easily see him getting over 100 yards in each one of them games. 12 touchdowns. he is the. I am going to say he is the X factor in this Dolphins offense. He is playing superb. You know, we have this argument so many times about. You know, I am anti-Tua. I won't deny that. You know, and if you've got players like Tyreek Hill, who can literally out sprint every player on the pitch to make a space, it's going to help. You know, how many times have we seen Tyreek Hill in acres of space on the 40-yard and still home run it? No one could touch this guy. He is outstanding. He is one of the best players in the NFL. Has been since he's come into the league. You know, with the Chiefs, 6 years ago now.
Yeah.
He's an
Just out of
outstanding
interest,
player, and he is my candidate for MVP of the year.
have you guys been watching the in-season Hard Knocks with the Dolphins?
I've been watching bits. I've seen bits that have popped up on
Oh,
YouTube.
yeah, no, I haven't.
Yeah, I haven't
seen all
of it yet.
I didn't realize that Tyreek Hill got married on his bye week,
On a bye week, yeah.
and I
Because he
liked
gave the board to his wife on Black Friday.
Yes,
I
he
like-
did. I saw that.
Yeah, I liked the interaction he had with Eric Bieniemy after the game, or after against Washington. I
Well,
thought
they're
that was
friends,
quite
aren't they?
nice to see.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, yeah. That's all I want to say.
Shano, over to you, my friend.
Right, Mr. Perrins, I'm thinking of something. Would you like to take your beloved Glock Purdy, and I'll take my beloved number 8 LJ? What do you reckon?
Yeah. Let's go with Lamar.
Okay, yeah, as I see, we all know the numbers he put up in 2019 when he won the MVP trophy. He was absolutely unplayable and incredible, and he's on course to do the same thing this year, providing he can stay fit. I've just running down some numbers for the passing yards at the moment. He's completed 228 of 334 passes for 2,618 yards. He's only thrown for 13 touchdowns. Doesn't seem like a lot, but when you've got someone like that who is the very definition of a dual threat quarterback. He's rushed 112 times, got 574 yards, and I think, providing, as I said, he didn't practice today, which is slightly concerning, but rumor has it that he is only an illness. He'll shake it off. He's the next incarnation of Superman. But yeah, so we're playing the Rams on Sunday. I believe he'll throw for a couple, and he'll probably rush for a couple as well. He's my pick for the 2023 NFL MVP. Over to you, Mr. Perrins. Let the worship begin.
Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Phil Perrins, and I am an advocate for the soon-to-be MVP of the 2023 season, Mr. Glock Purdy himself. Now, Purdy is having, and it sounds really, really daft because he's only been a professional for about 18 months now, a year and a half, but he is currently the starting quarterback for the best team in football right now, and he's showing every single week why he is the main man at the helm. So Brock Purdy himself, currently leads the league in completion percentage among starting quarterbacks at 70.2% in the QBR. And in QBR rating, he is 116.1 in yards per attempt. And he's currently, literally, if you just look at his statistics, he's in the top 6 for deep balls from like the 10, the 20, the 30, and the 40 yards. So the narrative of him being just a dink and dunk quarterback is not technically all there. What he's doing is something that people in the Bay Area haven't really seen for over 25 years, let's say. And that is a quarterback that can be an extender. And there's some great traits that he's showing in terms of his confidence and calmness in the pocket, how he can extend plays, how he can run plays, how he's actually got this amazing connection to Brandon Ayuk. He's thrown 23 touchdowns and only 6 interceptions. And the weeks that the 49ers lost, he was arguably one of the better players on the field in the Browns game. And he led that drive down up until the missed field goal. And I think it was the Minnesota game is when he actually got his concussion. So the 3 games that the 49ers as a team played poorly, he was still a highlight. And then you could argue that there is a reason for why he's poor play towards the end of the Minnesota game. But he is showing excellence at the position. And there's a reason why the San Francisco 49er fan base, me as being his number one advocate, is so high on Brock Purdy, because he's something that the organization hasn't seen for so long. That's, let's even go back to like Jeff Garcia in the early 2000s after Steve Young retired, I should say. he is it. And whether or not he wins the MVP this year, whether or not the 49ers win the Super Bowl this year, he is going to be the guy going forward, and he's only going to get better and better and better. And I think he's going to be the face that, the AFC and the NFC are going to look for when it comes to Mahomes versus Brock Purdy.
The face that runs the place, perhaps.
He is currently the joint favourite in the bookies for the MVP with Dak Prescott, which none of us took because I think
None of us
this
picked
whole.
Dak. I know.
But I think that
the Cowboys.
I was about to say I think the whole show has a mutual hatred for the Cowboys, so none of us picked Dak.
No.
If Brock gets you to a Super Bowl, give that man the MVP
and comeback player of the year.
No. Well,
this could be
maybe.
a film easily Mr. Irrelevant to MVP.
They will make a film of it eventually, I think.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean,
around the room really quickly, who should play Brock Purdy in a film of his life?
Tom Holland.
I was about to say exactly the same. I generally was about to say Tom Holland. Or
one of the Stranger Things kids.
Asa from Sex Education.
Why are we all picking English actors? He's American.
Why not John Harbaugh's actual son?
So, by that logic, then should we hire an alien to play Superman?
No, I just thought it was interesting that you guys both said an English actor.
Do you know what? I'm going to pick Ncuti Gatwa to play Brock Purdy.
Who the hell is that?
The new guy that's
Shall we round up week 13? We haven't even talked about Monday Night Football yet.
Wait, Phil, we were chatting about that off air. What? Wait, what? Okay.
Let's move on to Monday. This Monday Night for Football finished. The Jags lost to the Broncos 31-34.
Yeah. No, they didn't. They lost to the Bengals.
We all went.
They did lose.
Bengals. Sorry, we all went for the Jags, and so that was obvious. But I mean, we put the kibosh on that one.
Yeah, but you can't predict injuries, and the big talk point for this game is the high ankle sprain of Trevor Lawrence. And the debate for whether there was a card available or not.
This could derail their playoff.
Yeah.
If he misses several weeks, this could derail their playoffs. Players of the week. Can everyone remember their players and rookies of the week?
Yes, I can. I can this week.
Cool. Let's go around the room, ladies and gentlemen. Mr. Harris, would you like to give me your player of the week, please?
Yes, with great pleasure, Mr. Butler Henderson. My player of the week is, comeback player of the week because he hasn't been in the league since mid last year, I imagine. Super Bowl winning with this team and this specific jersey on. Number 15 now for the Cleveland Browns, Mr. Joe Flacco, Joe Cool himself.
Nice. Mr. Perrins.
Sorry, all right. Shock.
Let me enjoy it.
My player of the week is Brock Purdy because he actually he actually won the game that he was playing. Let's bring up one. Sorry. When you said Joe Flacco, I actually couldn't believe this because Joe Flacco did not play well in that game at all.
It's nice. It's nice to see him back in the league anyway.
Okay then. That's brilliant. Okay then, fine. If it's nice to have him back in the league, well done for him stealing more of a career.
He did get 17% of the vote.
He got how much of the vote?
17% of the votes.
17%. Okay, that's
fine. Yay! Well done, Joe.
Yes, Joe. Well done.
Yeah, I'm sure Joe paid people to vote for himself in this.
Maybe.
Baby, over to you, my friend.
Who, me?
Yes, you're the only baby in the group, mate.
So my player of the week, who I believe was the joint winner of the vote, is Deebo Samuel. 4 receptions, 116 yards, 2 touchdowns, including one that was 48 yards that when he caught the ball had 0.1% chance of scoring. And he broke 2 tackles.
Is that an actual stat or is that your stat?
That's an actual stat.
Okay, we'll let you off them.
0.1% chance of scoring, broke 2 tackles, a couple of people's ankles, and took it to the house. And just before that play, he said to Brandon Ayuk, "I'll meet you in the end zone."
Can we sort of like put a ban on picking our own teams in any
We
of
tried,
this?
didn't we, last season, and it failed.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they were
It didn't
really
fail at
good.
all.
No, Shane, they were really good, and now they've started winning again. And they're not
Yeah,
picking
but
their
that's
players.
yeah, but we're the best team in football.
We are
So
literally the best team in
therefore,
football.
To be
we
fair,
blew,
right?
we blew away. We totally blew out the team that had the best record. It's fair that we pick the players that perform well against the best team.
Yeah, but
team in
you picked
football.
Yeah, but like, lad, I'm not going to exactly pick like Mac Jones, am I? Like, it's like, I
I
I
don't
was
know.
gonna
Bench,
pick Mac Jones.
picked him well.
Like a Bill
Bench
Gates
picked him. I'm conscious. Let's roll on to mine. I went for DK Metcalf, officially the fastest player in the NFL now, with a top speed of 22.36 miles per hour, including 3 touchdowns for 134 yards and the longest of 73 yards. Mr. Perrins.
Sorry, this one's more of a conversation with Hope for a second. Baby, have you realised that our 2 co-hosts have picked players who lost with their teams the weekend? Well,
I
we
have
picked
noticed
players. We picked players that won for our teams
Yeah,
the weekend.
I thought DK Metcalf was really good though. Like, he
No,
was
no,
he
he
can
can
be
be
really,
on the
really
losing
good
side.
on a
I
losing
like
team.
to say ASL celebration too.
Yes. Mr. Perrins, as your hand up, would you like to give us your rookie of the week?
Yeah, I can't remember who my rookie is. I'm trying to go back through our WhatsApp and I can't find it. Who did I say was our rookie?
Well, you wanted the same one I had, but you decided not
I
to.
can't remember now.
I
Let me
can't
just
remember.
go. Let me just
I
find
want to
it.
say he was a running back
Yes, for the Miami Dolphins.
for
Yes.
To play guess who?
Well, he wasn't Raheem.
It was A-Chain.
Oh, H. Yeah, he was really good.
that research. That research.
So
Yeah, he was really good.
I'm just stalling while I'm just getting the stats up. Yeah, so he scored.
Still.
He
Fucking
ran
love
for
it.
73 yards and scored 2 touchdowns, and his longest was 15. He was really, really good. He actually had more carries than Raheem Mostert, who has actually been really, really good for the Dolphins this year. So yeah, he was my 3rd choice for Rookie of the Week.
Because everyone else took his.
Everyone else took the ones that I said.
Well, he was
Oh.
2nd or 3rd to the choice. So
You said after we'd already taken them, you mean?
Yep. Mr. Harris.
I'm going with the Houston Texans.
That's
Going
it.
with
Well done.
rookie.
That's a good start.
I know who it is. I know who it is. I'm going with he picked number 2 in the draft, Mr. Will
Number
Anderson.
Number 3.
Number 3, sorry, my apologies. So he sacked Russell Wilson twice and just looked like an overall menace. Look, the Broncos O-line couldn't deal with him at all, and he was always there where they didn't want him to be. And I think with players like that, like game wreckers, people who are born to play this game, who can basically, for lack of a better term, fuck shit up on the other side. They're always there. Players like that are going to be in the league for a long time. So yeah,
backfield than they do the actual than the quarterback does. Yeah.
Yeah. He was a one-man wrecking crew.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%. He was phenomenal.
I'll go to Baby Hopes next because he won. He actually won it with half the votage.
Yeah.
So I took. I didn't take the guy that's in Sean McVay's fantasy team. I took probably that's in most of other people's fantasy team for the LA Rams, Puka Nacua.
Oh yes.
139 yards and a TD, including a 70 yards catch
And an injury.
and an injury at the same time. But he did come back after that. He missed a quarter and a bit for his injury. He had a shoulder injury, so he had some X-rays on it. Came back.
It's a shoulder sprain, actually, I believe.
Yeah, he's still fit to play. They're going to play him,
Yeah.
I think, with a brace or something like that.
Yeah.
So he's coming. I've said, they've picked up a couple of really good rookies in Cohen Williams and Puka Nacua and Tutu Atwell. They've got a very, very good core there behind Cooper Kupp. Really impressive in LA. Go on then, baby.
My rookie of the week was the Detroit Lions tight end Sam Laporta. 9 receptions, 140 yards, 1 touchdown. This guy has become a star in the NFL.
Yes.
And I don't know what more to say. This guy is incredible. He will be he'll be up there with the Kittles and the Kelseys of the world, not in that little Not with that little lower tier with Mark Andrews. I'm talking about the proper good.
Don't
tight
be
end.
Do you mean the actual go to the NFL tight ends, which was
Yeah.
like Gronk?
I don't think he's quite Gronk level, but he's definitely not in that lower Mark Andrews tier. He's definitely with Kittles and Kelsey's.
Him and Trey McBride are the tight ends that have really emerged this season. Yes, Sam Laporta's the
Trey
rookie.
McBride,
Trey McBride's in his second season. But Trey McBride, the last 3 or 4 weeks, has been he has been Kyler Murray's go-to target all week,
Yes.
all season. Mr. Perrin, Mr. Hope, run VT.
End around and a reverse. Here comes Jamison Williams. Explodes to the end zone. Touchdown Detroit. Superman dive for number 9.
Minshew rolling right, throws it back, and it's picked off. Going the other way is Amani Hooker. And Hooker is going to go the distance. 2 for the Titans.
Rookie is lined up wide. The rookie out of Kentucky, their third running back. Oh, he threw it right to Van Ginkel. Goodbye! Another defensive touchdown for the Dolphins. Back-to-back weeks. Purdy pressure, throws over the middle, caught by Samuel, breaks a tackle, still on his feet, and speed now! Samuel racing to the end zone, and he dives, and he's in!
I still protest those so many tired tackles in that Debo run.
I heard that Gardner Minshew's actually doubtful for this week because his ankles got broken by him.
It's what?
So we'll go around the room really quickly. Mr. Harris, you chose Mr. Williams' touchdown dive.
I love a good end around, lol. I love a good end around play, and the Superman dive was the cherry on the cake. Beautiful touchdown. I put in the group chat. I want to take that as soon as I saw it. It was just a well executed play. Everybody was where they had to be, and as I said, the touchdown dive into the end zone absolutely sealed it.
Mr. Hope took Van Ginkel, who I swear I've watched this so many times. I swear that guy was offside. No way he could have been in the backfield that quick.
Well, I think he just read the route and just undercut it, and then absolutely powered it home.
QB's eyes was there.
There's a good Van Ginkel's actually. He's been focused on this week's of this week's in season Hard Knocks, and they show his wife's reaction to that, and it was just a great play by him. Who's somebody that's already got a 1-year contract in Miami and is looking to extend that. Got a sack and a pick 6 in the game.
Mr. Perrins took Debo.
Yeah, so I don't really mean by like tied tackles because Debo did exactly what he said he was going to do 9 months ago. Everything that he said he was going to do last week, he literally ran straight through that Philadelphia Eagles defense. That Philadelphia Eagles. He absolutely battered them. So, yeah, he went through, I think it was like he got the initial one that he shrugged off, then he went through two. He went through like a outside linebacker and a DB before running past the safety, I think it was. So he beat 4 people and dived in. So, yeah, I thought it was amazing. It just shows his grit and a competitor. And also, Debo's been brilliant this year. Like, he's been low-key brilliant.
Like I said, 0.1% chance of scoring for that play.
Yeah.
And I took... It's like Amani Hooker's pick 2-pointer. Mainly because, yes, it was Gardner Minshew, and it was to wind up these two because, it was a pick 2 by Gardner Minshew. Let's make it, we'll call it pick 6, even though it's 2 points, but the fact that the guy, it's no different than Van Ginkel getting his hands up, catching the ball down, and then literally he ran 98 yards. to turn it back
Wow.
in and did break Gardner Minshew's ankles on the way in.
Like I said, don't worry about it. He's going to come back this week. Sometimes a setback's better than a comeback sometimes.
I've always said, and we tell our kids when we coach them, you learn more from defeat than you do victories.
Yep. You learn more about
100%.
yourself.
Never
than you
lost,
do.
only less.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, the Colts did come back to win that game, so
Exactly.
Yeah, most definitely. So we'll roll on to prediction games. I just need to change something very quickly. These were chosen by my lovely partner Kelly this week.
Yes, Cal.
Baby Hope can choose them next week. I'll let him have.
okay,
Woo!
cool.
So she's taken Jags versus the Browns, the Vikings versus the Raiders, Broncos versus the Chargers, and Eagles versus the Cowboys. She says she's done that because it is something that there were challenging matchups and all one's in, one's out kind of thing. It's challenging matchups. I am still just about leading the way now by 1 point from Mr. Harris. I'm on 37, Mr. Harris 36. Yeah, Baby Hope's on 32, and Mr. Perrin is on 30. He is literally started becoming like an annoying itch and won't go away.
Imagine if I
That
could.
itch has been a long lasting itch. It's been about 2 years now.
You can get cream for that.
No comment.
You are the informed gentleman at the moment, Mr. Perrins, which is really annoying to say.
Look, when I started playing to win, I'm playing to win.
Who would like to go first on the Browns versus the Jags? Go on then, Mr. P.
I'm gonna go. Is Trevor Lawrence? Oh God, is Trevor Lawrence
He
fit?
didn't practice.
Yeah,
He's not been practicing.
I'm gonna go Jags.
Ooh.
okay. I'll disagree with you for the Browns.
Yep.
I got to go with TK's boys. I think spot on. The Jags all the way, I think.
Yeah.
I'm going to double up with Mr. Hope. I'm going for Cleveland. I just think
Okay.
we don't have Trevor Lawrence. CJ Beathard, limited practice. He's their first day. I don't think they got the Tom Brady hiding in the background somewhere.
I heard they picked up the phone and they've called Blake Bortles.
God.
I had that.
Could be worse. Could be David Carr.
You couldn't go.
It was a joke.
Yeah, I got you, mate. Let's roll on to the Vikings versus the Raiders. Who would like to go first on this one?
Me.
Go on then.
JJ's back. Josh Dobbs balling. Vikes all the way.
I think I'll have to agree with my Niner buddy above me. Vikes all the way for the win.
Mr. Perrins.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Vikings.
Yeah, I think we're going to double down on that one. It's, Raiders are a sorry state of a franchise. And as Baby Hope said, Josh Dobbs is balling. Last week was an anomaly. And JJ's back. So there's your safety net straight away. Broncos versus the Chargers. I want to go first. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm going to go Denver.
Yeah.
I just think Denver's too good. And LA could only put literally 6 points against us. And we are the worst team in football at the moment. So, yeah, Denver. Next. Who would like to go next?
I'll go next.
Go on then.
Chargers missing key pieces like Joey Bosa.
Yep.
Apparently, they're going to limit Austin Eckler this week.
Yeah, I saw that as well.
I have this feeling the Chargers are going to bounce back from their abysmal performance against the Patriots and put on some points at home and win. I'm going LA.
Oh, wow. Mr. Harris.
There's two teams in LA, and there's only one good one, and it's not the Chargers. I'm going for Denver. I think they'll put their finger out after losing the Texans last week. I think that was a blip, and I think they'll get back on the horse.
Wow. Mr. Perrins, who are you agreeing with?
Do you know what? I disagree with what Shano just said there because there aren't two teams in LA. There's 3 teams in LA, but one of them now resides in Las Vegas because no one in LA supports the Chargers and no one in LA supports the Rams. They all still support the Raiders. I'm going to go Broncos. I think their little dip from last weekend, the Chargers are nothing. I mean, I don't particularly rate Justin Herbert. We talked about at the beginning of the year, this was make or break for their coaching. They've shown me nothing this year to even warrant that. The Broncos actually have something to play for, while the Chargers are middling until they get themselves knocked out of playoff contention.
Now,
And the
Herbert
last
for
one.
the win.
The last one, the hardest one to choose. I know you guys always say it is really difficult to play after you've played you boys, so I'm going to let you two fight out who goes first.
Can I just predict neither?
How will it tie?
God, they're even choking.
I know.
God.
No, we're just pretending to be
Oh,
Cowboys
no.
in the championship game, choking.
I'll happily go first if you want, Phil.
Go on then.
Go on.
I'm going to struggle to get this out, but the Cowboys.
Oh, okay.
Shano.
Can't. I just don't see anything in the Cowboys. I'm sorry. I just don't. Eagles all day.
Mr. Perrins.
Oh, I don't have a pound on me anymore. I was going to do heads or tails. Hang
on. And I've got a little tub here.
All right.
Let me get
Heads, Cowboys, tails, Eagles. Makes perfect sense.
Okay, there it is.
Yeah.
Heads, tails. Okay.
Yeah.
Tewksbury currency.
Just thrown it on the floor. It is a tails.
All right, I'm going to go with the Eagles. But Jalen Hurts is going to get injured.
Right. Eagles were really poor against you last year. Last week.
Felt like last year, though.
Since their OC and their DC left to go to pastures new, I can't even remember where they've gone now, but they've gone elsewhere.
Gallons of the Cardinals and Shane Steichens of the Colts.
That's it.
Yes.
Their production hasn't been as good. They've gone from like top 4 down to in pass protection down to nearish, and it's affecting them now. Dallas have got a very good pass rush. They've got a quite a good secondary, and their offense is ticking around. So I'm going for Dallas. That's it.
Them boys.
Hey.
I said them boys.
Yeah, I just starting to think Dallas is starting to cook in now. They're starting to do something about it. Any other Week 14 games that could take you a pick apart from tonight? Because I'm really not looking forward to this one. Mr. Perrins.
All right, so it's not necessarily games, but I just want to bring to your attention the actual quarterback matchups this week, and let's talk about how elite it sounds on paper. Tonight we have Bailey Zappi taking on Mitch Trubisky. Until we get some form of confirmation, I currently have CJ Beathard versus Joe Flacco. And then I have Gardner Minshew taking on Jake Browning, followed by Baker Mayfield versus Desmond Ridder, Josh Dobbs versus Aiden O'Connell, and Bryce Young versus Jameson Winston. Gents, this is elite football right there. Jesus.
And then you got Josh Dobbs again. You got Josh Dobbs against Aiden O'Connell.
I know. I just looked at it and went, Jesus Christ, this is what we're going to be treated to in a lot of the 2 o'clock, 6 o'clock games this weekend coming. It's just wow.
Mr. Hope.
I think Sky is picked right this week. I think the Ravens versus the Rams. I think the Rams might actually spring a surprise on the Ravens. And I think the Bills Chiefs is the game of the week.
Bills Chiefs is a classic every week. Yeah. Every season. They always bring out a classic. They've always been there or thereabouts in the playoff games.
14 seconds to go, field goal.
And I think as opposed to like previous seasons as well, Patrick Mahomes is not playing even remotely to his MVP caliber. So the Chiefs as a whole feel very, in the playoffs it's going to be very, very different, and they're going to be in the playoffs regardless. But he's not being great. He's not playing to that elite a level that Patrick Mahomes plays. Josh Allen has played pretty well the last couple of weeks without being outstanding. I think this might be the most ideal time that Josh Allen can get close to how good Pat Mahomes actually is, like in terms of that Brady Manning kind of like head to head that we talked about.
I say this with Mahomes. My estimation of Mahomes went up so much after watching QB quarterbacks on Netflix. I thought it came across really, really, really well. Where's Shayna gone?
He's had enough, mate. He's had enough.
Were we talking about Mahomes and Allen too much? You had to leave.
No, my phone battery was dying, so I'm using my other phone at the minute.
No, how many times did Mahomes, did Brady, did Eli, and not Eli so much, but Peyton Manning and those top QBs do enough to get them into the playoffs and then go up a level when they go to the playoffs? This gives me that kind of feel with Mahomes. Just enough to get to the playoffs, and then they know how to win in the playoffs, which is always incredibly dangerous with that one. But yeah, I really like that game. I think your game would be quite a good one, to be fair. I think it could be a good, interesting game.
I mean, if we win and one of the Vikings or the Packers lose, we clinch playoffs.
Yeah,
most definitely. Most definitely at all. We will review majority of the games on Monday night. On Monday night, we will be back then.
Wait, Ollie, you're not getting off without us talking about tonight's game.
All right. Which team's likely to score double digits?
Pass. I'm not going to commit myself, but I will say one thing. I really do hope the Pats win tonight. I would like to see that, mainly because I like to see that little smile on my buddy's face. Oh my God, I said buddy. No, not try again. I like to see that little smile on my buddy's face, and the fact it's against the Steelers makes it all the more sweeter for myself.
Win, I won't be smiling.
So Najee Harris is expected to play tonight.
Yep.
And I think I think that'll give the Steelers the edge over the Patriots, but it's going to be a poor game.
Not only that, but we've got no Mondre, no KB, no Demario Douglas, Devontae Parker's limited. Who else? There's another wide receiver's limited as well. Keyshawn Boutte as well. So no weapons. No one's happy to throw the ball to, and that can't run the ball 54 times.
Your offense is Zeke and Traquan Thornton, basically.
Zeke and whatever Bill can pull up a play for me.
Oh yeah, Hunter Henry and
Gesicki. Yeah. So the tight ends, I would put your money on the tight ends getting quite a few receptions tonight. It's not going to be a classic. You would have thought if the NFL would have flexed this to one of the other bigger games. There is, Bills, KC, for example, that could have been a good game to flex to, even though
Lions Bears, I would have taken.
Yeah,
that'd have been a good game. Oh God, yeah, there's that game as well. Or even they could have moved one of the Monday night games to it. And there's so many options they could have done. They didn't really have to play us tonight.
You've been flexed next week, haven't you?
Yeah, they could have flexed us again. They could flex us as many times as they want at the moment. That's all I've got to say on tonight's game.
Yeah,
I know you didn't want to watch the highlights in the morning.
Yeah, well, I mean, so I won't be watching this game, but
I might watch the highlights tomorrow.
Yeah, I know. Before work tomorrow, I might watch a game in 4, but it'll probably take about 2 minutes.
Yeah.
Most definitely.
But let's just hope for no rain delays this week.
Yeah, oh God, it's in Pittsburgh as well. Have we finished slating my team now? Can we move on?
Just about.
Yeah. We will be back on your screens live at 8:30 on Monday to review this weekend's action. All being well, they'll be
without me on Monday.
What?
I'm not.
What's going on?
He wants to watch the other sport.
If you got on a date and put in women before this show, I'm going to be annoyed.
Wait.
He wants to watch the round ball football, not the actual throwing football.
Oh, you much both easy, fair enough.
But on TV, twice a week like your teams.
I know, because they're gonna start doing figures. Just be honest.
Do you remember when
Once
they
you
used
like-
to play twice a week though? Do you remember those
Yes, I
days?
do.
Yeah,
Mixed
yeah,
Catalina,
yeah.
Jesus
Yeah,
Catalina,
gotcha.
people like that, yes.
Yeah, we went down for the Premier League in 2012. Thanks for reminding me.
This is all you born.
Hey, weren't you even in Europe at one point as well?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Word, you
but
did, that's all right.
2008 we drew 2-2 at the Allianz Arena against Bayern Munich.
I remember that.
So do I. Ollie, I have an unmute button. You know that, right?
Right. So now I can say
Still
goodnight
have
to
an
all.
unmute button.
We will be
These two,
back.
these two don't, but I have an unmute button.
Jesus Christ! You literally messaged us saying, "Time, gents, we need to finish." I'm going, "What? Why are you still talking?"
I'm trying to stop.
You literally 9:36,
Talking,
9:36.
right.
Time, boys, and then you keep talking for 5 minutes. Like, what?
Oh,
Is
you got
this, mate?
bedtime? Come on, man.
What is this?
I mean-
he's getting,
I mean-
he's getting his gimmick in.
Yeah, I don't
Right.
think Phil can talk. I don't think Phil can talk to people about carrying on talking.
Right. I'm going to say goodnight to you all. We will be back on your screens 8:30 on Thursday. No, on Monday even. This podcast will be live tomorrow morning, 8:30 via your Spotify, Amazon, wherever you find your podcasts. Until next time, ladies and gentlemen, good night and stay safe.